Okay, so last episode was very talky, rambly. Well, honestly, it wasn't anything at all. We did nothing. So, just I feel like let's just go ahead and actually do something here. I've gotten a few materials together, and I think what we're going to do in this episode is, well, just continue working and kind of show you what I mean by how I work, I guess. I'm not super happy with the way this looks, but I think it's good enough. For now, at least. I believe I mentioned that this layer here is going to be a lot of, it's going to be the space designated for outdoorsy types of industrial work type of stuff. So, I think... Here's the thing, though. Do we want to raise it up a level? Right here. Like, do we want this to actually step up here? I'm gonna say no. I feel like it makes more sense that we actually just kind of... Let's go 3. This is all gonna get removed, so it doesn't matter. The flowers are going to clog the inventory, speaking of. But yeah, I think this episode, I'm literally just going to essentially do what I would have done off camera and actually, like, get some stuff done. There's a 3. Because again, I think what it partially is, as I was just kind of biting off more than I can chew, essentially. You know, like, there's only so much time in the day, and only so much of it do I have to actually play the game, and if most or all of that time I have to play Minecraft is spent playing Minecraft off camera, then why do I have a YouTube series for it to begin with? You know? Like, if I'm going to do literally everything off camera, then why bother having on camera? I feel like this should be a 3. And then turn here. This is it's kind of hard to visualize, I'm gonna be honest, even for me, and I'm the one doing it. That's not long enough. I think this should be coming out a little further. Now, just because of the nature of the way this place is built, I don't want to, like, have strict, like, numbers, like, you know, it's not a circle, it's not supposed to be perfect, so it shouldn't be, like, counted out carefully and very precisely placed. It should be kind of organic. Also, it's nighttime, because of course it's nighttime. Why did I start this now? You know, I should probably start getting more beds into more houses so I can just kind of sleep wherever. Or just carry a bed around. Could go full B-dubs. Okay, so how is that looking? Kinda comes like this. I'm not super happy with this, but whatever. It works, and then it turns that away, and then comes back. Like, it should kind of follow that line there. Doesn't need to be exact, though. And I think just straight over here. Now, here's a question that I keep asking myself, and I still don't really have a good answer. This here... What was that noise? This here hill is, part of me kind of feels like it should still be here. This should be an elevation. And part of me feels like I should just ignore it and follow this, like, straight through the hill and then, you know, level it down. I'm not entirely sure. Because, like... Look at the way the landscape kind of comes back there. But then it kind of comes up again over here. So do we try and keep this? You know? Like, from here, we could, instead of turning that way, we could turn this way, peel off around over here, and then it is lagging heavily, I don't know why. Kind of come around this hill, and then leave the hill here. Maybe, I mean, obviously modify it, because this whole area is very lived in, but... I don't know. It could be interesting, it could be just frustrating and in the way, it could be... I don't know. Either way... This is gonna have to go. But... let's go ahead and start pulling this back a little bit. Get an idea of what this looks like. What is this? Oh. Cool. I don't know if you saw that one chest got going on over there, but I have been saving all the plants. Not one chest. There's actually like 3 or 4, multiple chests. Yes. Either way, I am definitely saving all of the foliage. Every time I do that, I half expect to accidentally hit something and for it to aggro on me. Ooh. Is this important? No. So that will be back to here. And that will be... Will that be removed? Or filled in? I think so. I think this is the level where it will be this ledge, this part thing. So I think this will be filled in. I have been leaving most of the exposed stone. I think... I mean, I'm modifying the terrain to make it, to make this city. But I think obviously they would have modified the terrain to make the city. So, you know, it makes sense that there's, you know, the bedrock over here where basically the people who lived here essentially over time did what I'm doing. You know, they dug the soil down, excavated things, removed things, and left exposed bedrock. Makes sense. I mean, we'll shave it down to the level it should be. Oh, maybe not. Maybe right there I won't. So... where is the... I can kind of see it there. It goes over to here, right? Yes. So, this one in particular kind of needs to follow the river for the most part. Now, I mentioned that I want to make a bridge across to the other side. I don't think it can be on this level, because this is the farm's level. You know, this is where the agriculture will be. So that's where the line of the riverbank will be. So I think, because the road, like the main road, this is something that I'm very keen to make functional, because very long term I plan for this main road, this one here, to actually continue off out of the city to other places. So let's see here. All this is going to need to be peeled back. I don't have inventory space. Well, that was cool. These plants are kind of weird because you can kind of stick things over them or something, and they kind of disappear. It's weird. But yes, I am absolutely planting these because I intend to come back and pick them up. That's just what we're doing. So, the road will be along here. Right through here. At the edge of this. Now, to cross the river, I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come down instead. Rather than trying to cross the river at that level up there. Because hi. Okie dokie then. Forgot that was there. Because, like, this will be... Basically, what I mean here is, like, if this continues to the bridge at this level, you won't be able to get from here... Let me just demonstrate. Let's say that's the line to get to the bridge, which will be right here, say. Ish. That's all fine and dandy for the road. But down here on the level where there's agriculture, you won't be able to get to the other side with the bank. You won't be able to get to that side. It's just kind of cut off, except for way over there. And that's just silly. You know, like, oof, the lag. It's a road meant for travel, but it's the actual farmland needs to be accessible from the road easily at multiple points, and I think it makes most sense to drop it down here. And then the bridge will be just kind of... maybe not even a bridge. What if it's just a ford? It could be a ford. That could be interesting too, because the river could be fairly shallow where the two rivers meet. Like, more shallow and more wide. So, instead of, like, here being the bank, maybe it's over there, and the V is kind of back there, and there's water all across here, and it's shallow. That could be interesting. Especially because, I mean, remembering dragons, wooden bridge is just out of the question. Stone bridge could work, but this is a floodplain, and stone bridges are only so sturdy. So I think it actually does make most sense if there's a ford somewhere here. That the road crosses the river at a ford rather than a bridge. If you're curious at all about... Well, I mean, I'm going to refer you to a video. The video in question is specifically about medieval travel. And while you could say, no, this isn't medieval, technology is roughly equivalent, and I'd say equivalent enough that the video is relevant. It is this video by Lindy Beige. It's a very good video about, I mean, I find it really quite fascinating. If you don't, then you're not going to enjoy this series, honestly. I don't think, because that's thinking of things like that is basically what I plan to do in the entirety of this series, if you haven't noticed already. So anyway, yes, I think a ford makes sense. I'm also not too sure about that location. Don't have any mud. Could make some. This mud, by the way, is a pain in the butt to make. It's, yeah. And it consumes the water in the bucket every time. So, yeah, it's pain in the butt. Let's see. If you kind of follow that line. That line there. Should kind of come around over here-ish. So how wide should the river be? This is why I was really grateful to get the horses, and then I'm not using them. I'm not too sure. But yeah, if anyone watched the previous episode, this what I'm doing right here, this kind of back and forth, sitting, standing, staring, and humming, and hawing, and just kind of, should this be here, should this be here, there? That's the kind of stuff that I have been entirely editing out of previous videos. And there is a certain lack of entertainment in watching someone just kind of slowly figure things out and work things out, I realize. But as I kind of, sort of, hopefully explained in last episode, it's... doing this sort of thing is kind of what I do naturally, and I do feel like there's a certain value in watching someone else's process, maybe? But either way, this is what I'm going to be doing anyway, and just logistically speaking, because I only have really so much time to play Minecraft, and I'm going to be doing this anyway, it kind of makes the most sense to just do it in the video, if that makes any sense. I mean, like I say, this is what I do when I play Minecraft. But either way, if you just kind of break it down logistically, I have an amount of time to play Minecraft. I want to continue this series, and it makes most sense, as far as YouTube is concerned, as far as I'm concerned, to have things in an actual weekly schedule. YouTube doesn't like it when you just randomly have videos, apparently. At least that's my understanding of it. And I tend to forget things and fall off routines if it's not, routine. If I'm just randomly putting out a video whenever I happen to randomly put out a video, that's absolutely going to end up being months in between videos, and I don't feel like that's acceptable. So, with that in mind, assuming, again, that I have a limited amount of time available for playing Minecraft, this is how I play Minecraft. So it makes the most sense that this is how I do this Minecraft series, I guess. If that makes any sense at all. That's actually... Okay. I don't remember doing that the last time I laid these out. But the reason I'm laying these out is because I do have some over here. These are those right there. And basically I've had a few of them here for a little while to kind of gauge whether or not I felt like they fit. I think they do. I think they make sense. Certainly down on this level where it's the agriculture, dried mud, because there's mud bricks and then mud blocks. The mud blocks are these, and I feel like that makes sense to have down on this level. Maybe not so much up further. Maybe that could be a distinguishing feature, like more gravel and rock and cobblestone up further, and more mud and dirt and coarse dirt and grass down further this way. I think that could be good. But I'm not sure if I like the idea of the mud bricks for, like, oops, structures. So I kind of want to place these here and just kind of get a feel for them, how they look, when I'm just kind of messing about. We could use that for these retaining walls, because it does actually have this does actually have the variants and stuff like this as well, so that could be interesting. Because I have said that wooden structures are kind of mostly out of the question, except very cheap and disposable wooden structures. And is it really too hot? Okay. But, like, large, solid, harder to build wooden structures are kind of just not great with dragons. Solid stone is kind of hard to work with, so it's not going to be super common, but mud bricks, I kind of like that. It's very regular and repeated, so I feel like it would need to be paired with something. I'm just not sure what. If anybody has any suggestions for what to pair it with, do please let me know. But I do think I like this. These, though, I did... When I was looking at mud, specifically to use along the riverbank, this is one of the ones I went to first, because it's easier to craft in bulk, and I don't know what's up with the, like, super dark top. It's like, if it was just this or just this, it'd be fine, but I don't like the two different colors like that. Not for a... I mean, It's kind of like path blocks. Could that work? Oh, by the way, this shovel is kind of cheaty. It doesn't do that correctly, because it can, well, that. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that, I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of... I don't know. It's a little iffy. But anyway, let's see. What is up with the lag? Now, obviously it slows you down. So you wouldn't want it, like, on major pathways, but maybe, like, to the sides and to river banks. Because this does too, and I kind of like that, along the riverbank. What do they look like next to one another? Also, this doesn't have a proper tool, which is really irritating. Well, let's just take a look. I do like this better. Like, just the look of the block. Like, that's nice. The color is good. I feel like it blends well with this. I don't feel like that does. That's kind of unfortunate, because I do want to use the dried ones, but it'd be nice to use the wet ones as well, where, you know, it makes sense. You've got wet mud and then dried mud. But, I mean, that's... You can barely even tell that that texture is in there. Like, the side of it looks great, but that top, I don't understand. Well, I'll leave that too, to just see maybe if it grows on me. Maybe I change my mind. I don't think I will. Did I finish my thoughts in regards to having specified time to play, and it makes most sense to do it this way? I think I did. I hope I did. I don't know, actually. Well, if I didn't, somebody yell at me in the comments and tell me to explain myself. And I will probably lose my train of thought on the comment, but great thing about writing things down is you have all the time in the world to write it down. But anyway, this episode is coming right after the previous really long, talky, ridiculous episode that nobody's going to watch. And if you didn't watch it, I don't. Just, it's fine. It's fine. But this episode is to just kind of, not really give a preview. Just to demonstrate. This is the sort of episodes that are going to be happening. more so. Like, I will still do... Oh, come on, stop lagging, man. I will still do work off camera as I can, as and when I can, to get large, boring stuff out of the way. Yeah. This land clearing is going to be on camera, off camera, probably, you know, stuff like that. But overall, they're going to be more like this. More, we do stuff, and that's what happens, because that's what I've got time for. I mean, I still want to make huge amounts of progress every episode, but I'm going to focus primarily on getting a proper schedule going, getting these videos out weekly, actually, and what progress happens in the week is what progress happens. So if I have time for crazy huge amounts of progress, then that'll happen. Because, I mean, I do have very large, expansive, long-term plans that are probably ridiculously unreasonable. But that's not going to stop me from trying. I mean, I am feeling fairly inspired. And the last time I felt really inspired to build in Minecraft, I just kind of built a full-scale cathedral. So, yeah, just large amounts of progress will happen eventually, just when I have the time. But I am going to focus on weekly episodes and not bite off more than I can chew, basically. Not try to... Because, honestly, part of me this past few weeks, when I haven't been playing or recording on here, have just kind of been because part of me felt like I needed to get all of this done for the next episode. And that's just completely ridiculous and unreasonable, and not something that I should be aiming to do. And because I had said that, oh, it's going to be weekly-ish, but not really have a schedule, yeah, that was a bad idea on my part. That's really just encourages me to be like, okay, now I absolutely have to build the entire city before the next episode, or for the next episode, and that episode won't happen until I have. And that's just silly. Just silly. So, progress is going to be fairly slow, but it's going to be steady. Slow, steady progress from here on out. At least, that's what I'm aiming for. If at all possible. If anyone is actually watching this, which, again, I don't think anyone will, but whatever. Basically, I'm gonna be honest here. I just really want to play Minecraft, and I'm feeling inspired, so I'm going to play Minecraft, and, well, I've kind of started this YouTube thing, so I might as well record me playing Minecraft. If nobody watches it, oh well. If somebody watches it, great! Do you have any suggestions? Any ideas? Any preferences for how I should do things? Like, I might have mentioned once or twice last episode that I just don't know. So if you are watching this and would, you know, have some would like me to do something a certain way or something, and it seems reasonable to me, then yeah, probably. Because I just don't know. I mean, the thing is, most of the Minecraft YouTubers I watch have... Well, they've been doing this for a long time, and they seem to have things worked out, and their own way of doing things worked out. You know, some are super chill and just make the progress they make on camera, you know, slow and steady, and others are like, bam, I built a castle and a mountain and did it all off camera somehow. If you haven't watched Building with B-dubs, or Hermitcraft with B-dubs, you should be watching Hermitcraft with B-dubs, and most of the Hermitcrafters, all of them, really. Just seriously though, he built a mountain bigger than this mountain in survival. Freaking lunatic. Anyway, all of them have their own style, their own way of doing things, and they're all good ways of doing things, and I enjoy them. And I don't know really how I want to do things. What way feels like my way of doing things. So, again, if you have any suggestions, recommendations, tips, I don't know, whatever, something, let me know. I mean, I would really appreciate suggestions, ideas, you know, just let me know. What can I improve? Am I just terrible? I'm terrible because I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm working things out, and part of doing that is just going to be getting a schedule and sticking to it. I've been sticking to it with Fall of the Republic fairly well. I mean, been late a few times. Mostly, I mean, several of those times were not at all my fault. Things just kind of didn't want to work. So, yeah, I feel like I've been keeping up with that schedule, and I really want to play Minecraft. I really want to build this stuff. I really just am enjoying it. So anyway, I think I've gone on long enough. I mean, following on right after that crazy long Talky episode, I think I've said quite enough at this point. So I'm going to bid you farewell. I do hope that somebody, at least, enjoys this series someday, at some point, somehow. Who knows? But, either way, that is definitely going to do it. And I really do hope to see you, or somebody, in the next episode. We're just going to continue working on the city. Maybe build a house, maybe... I have hinted at wanting to decorate for a while, and I did get some oak leaves that I've just been holding on to for ever. So, maybe we'll decorate a house. That does sound like fun. And, I have a bit of wool available. It's not a huge amount, but yeah, we could make something work with banners, perhaps. I don't know about carpets on the floor. I don't know. One thing, just briefly, with all these plants, there are a lot of different dye options we have. So, color, we can do a lot of different colors. I think we can do all of the different colors. There might be some that we can't. But I was looking over it, and even like brown we can do. So yeah, you know what? Let's decorate a house next episode. Maybe more than one. This house, again, I will repeat, I don't think I'm really going to work on a whole lot at all anymore. Because of the whole back here is desert biome, so it's really hot, so it's just difficult. And we can't build that way because that's the next house over, and yeah. Have I mentioned that I'm really bad at ending these episodes? I don't know why. I have no problem with Fall of the Republic, but for some reason, I just struggle to stop these episodes. So, yeah, that's it. I'm stopping it. Bye. Thank you. I'm sorry. Yeah. Farewell.